Hi, I'm Allie. Welcome to or back to the channel where I share channel messages from the goddess Brigid, the Ascended Masters, and Source Consciousness to accelerate myself, my loved ones, and anyone who's receiving this message onto our highest timelines as quickly as possible at the expense of no other. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for pressing play. So let's get into the message. Removing any and all negative light frequencies from this space, on this timeline, any parallel timelines, on any and all levels. Thank you. I call in the goddess Brigid to deliver a message to this collective with the purpose of accelerating us onto our highest timelines as quickly as possible at the expense of no other. I honor you deeply and I am so grateful for this opportunity. We're ready for the message. Hello, we are sending Allie the image of a roaring male lion in her mind's eye. The lion who leads their pride, who protects their pride, who looks out for the entire animal kingdom, to whom the kingdom turns. We are showing her the scene from the Circle of Life where all of the animals are drawn toward Pride Rock. They come in groves while singing the song, The Circle of Life. The prey and the preyed all coming together in celebration, all coexisting symbiotically. This is a reminder that humans are part of that circle of life, are part of nature. At our core, humans are nature. It is not humans protecting nature. It has been lost somewhere along the line that nature and humanity are separate from one another. That nature is this entity that humans must protect, wherein nature is separate fundamentally from being human, when the opposite is true. Humans are a part of nature. Nature is this bigger umbrella. Humans are just one part of it. They've just chosen to exploit it. The low vibrational dark entities that have been ruling over the humans on your planet have indoctrinated, have programmed it into you that nature is separate from human. And part of the remembering, part of turning towards the light and breaking free from these evil, low vibrational energies that have been in control of the planet for so long, a key remembering is to remember that humans are in fact nature, and nature is humans. It is one and the same. And when humans only consume what they need, only take from nature what they need, there is a natural check and balance in place, and humans can live in a symbiotic relationship with the planet. But due to the programming of these low vibrational dark frequencies that have been in control, humans have been programmed and exploited to produce the energy of money at the cost of the planet. And the key to making sure humans buy into this programming, it was essential for humans to feel that they were not part of nature. It is the remembering that humans are nature and nature are humans that can allow this planet to heal and bring us back to a neutral, balanced existence. We are showing Allie the scales of justice in her mind's eye. Spending time in nature, away from the low frequency and distractions of the man-made world, is a powerful way to recalibrate and reconnect yourself and find certainty in your own consumption, to find balance and respect for the environment, and to truly look within and use discernment around what we need versus what we want. This concept, this saying, needs versus wants, is thrown around. But truly, when you are achieving, when you are unlocking your needs, you are in perfect harmony, in perfect balance, perfect alignment with the planet. And as more individuals make this shift, it is how the entire collective can access this higher timeline, this higher existence, this higher evolution, what it means to be human on Earth. Because Earth is us. We are all connected. We share consciousness. We've just been so programmed and so systemically and purposefully removed from this shared consciousness with the earth, with nature, that many struggle to access these rhythms, rejecting the programming, accessing the rhythms of nature. These are the key steps toward a collective movement onto this higher, glowing, angelic, radiant timeline. Trust that when you reject the programming as nature being something to protect, being something to save, and instead considering that you are nature, you are the planet, this shift in consciousness alone is the first step towards making it really happen. Earth, wind, water, fire, love. Earth, wind, water, fire, love. Earth, wind, water, fire, love. Blessed be. Thank you for being here and sharing the message with me. If you've watched some of my other videos, then you know that before I call in Brigid and any other benevolent light beings, I like to pull a tarot card. And today I pulled the Knight of Arrows, which is the Knight of Swords. And yesterday I pulled the Eight of Arrows. Sorry, the Eight of Bows. I used the Wildwood Tarot. So yesterday it was the equivalent of the Eight of Wands, and today was the equivalent of the Knight of Swords. And two extremely fast-moving cards that represent very fast-moving energy. And so I can only, the cards I pulled were the Knight of Arrows being the equivalent of the Knight of Swords, right? Fast-moving, fast-paced energy coming in. And right behind it, when I pulled it, was the Nine of Vessels, the Nine of Cups, this card that in this deck equates to generosity, but abundance, glowing, goodness, generous sharing of our abundance and of our life force and of everything we have, of our gifts, of our talent, and I think that really ties into this message that just channeled through, because as we embody this understanding that we are a part of nature, we are not separate from nature. Nature's not something we save. To save nature is to save ourselves, right? We all kind of fundamentally know this. Every kid knows this. But it's true, like the programming is so strong that so many have separated themselves from nature. And as we can lean into that and embody that knowing and approach that knowing and embodiment with this energy of sharing, generously sharing our abundance and our gifts, and an utter rejection of hoarding money, right? Like, I can't help, I instantly, it makes me think of billionaires, the 1%, right? Like, for what? When that level of hoarding, that level of imbalance to nature is really just fundamentally like, what? Huh? Why? What? That's so weird that they just hoard all this money, all this energy. And yeah, it's changing. It's balancing out. The tide is turning, right? I saw those scales of justice in my head, and the tides are turning, and it will be spread, and there will be an equalizing, an even spread of this abundance, because there is way more than enough to go around. It's actually only the current systems that are keeping it in place, and they're fracturing, they're splintering, they're breaking. And if the Knight of Arrows has anything to do with it, I think it's happening awfully fast. Does this resonate? I hope that you'll let me know in the comments, and if my messages are meaning something to you or speaking to you, I hope you'll hit subscribe and do that human thing, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next one.